King Charles, where are you? Your people are shouting, crying, begging for help, and yet you stand silent while this country is torn apart. What good is a crown if it doesn't defend the nation? What good is a king if he will not stand with his people? This land is not theirs to destroy. It belongs to the people, the workers, the mothers, the fathers, the veterans, the builders, the farmers. We carried this island through wars, through hardship, through centuries of struggle, and we will not watch it be handed away by weak men in suits. Your duty is not to them, Charles. It is to us, to Britain, to the very soul of this nation. If you will not rise, if you will not speak, then you will show the people that the crown has become nothing but decoration. So hear us now. Your people demand action. We demand a king who protects his country. Britain is calling, Charles. Answer, or history will remember your silence.
Good evening, people, and welcome back to the channel. I know I've used the same thumbnail as last night. Apologies and thank you to the wonderful person who pointed out that my mic was in and out last night. Hopefully you should be able to hear me clearly. To the 6 people that are watching live, genuinely sending you good health, happiness, kindness, and all that good stuff. I will be moving on to touching on some of the stuff that I touched on last night. I'm not going to play the video again. If you want to watch the video in regards to a horrific, barbaric savagery that is demonic, it's not human, what happened last night. You can watch that on the video I did yesterday. I'm not going to be doing that. Hello, Ryan. Love to you, mate. And well done for the show this morning. It's fantastic. So the title of this video is The People of Belfast Fight Back. I've got some videos to play on that. And the poor victim was indeed special, because I've got something to play on that. In fact, that's where I'm going to start. Hello, lovely Nan. What I would say, though, this will, again, for me, highlight. This video will highlight, and I will be using some of the same stuff I used yesterday, the dangers of this cancerous cult that pretends to be a religion, which is Islam. And that is the same for what happened with Henry Novak. Rest in peace, that beautiful person, beautiful human, and your family. I will still be talking about you all the time. I've taken my knee for you, and whenever I get the chance to do so again, I will do when it's the right time. And I encourage people as well to do the same. Let's not stop talking about Henry because of what's happened in Belfast. So I will be making another video on Henry again with some updates there, because what is coming out every day more and more is just how corrupt the police is. And for those of you that have said, Jay, Sikhs ain't Muslims, this isn't actually nothing to do with that. This is to do with the fact that the two-tier policing system that is being funded by Islam. Islam has got our Labour government, which isn't even our government, by the short and curlies financially. That's why this shit's happening, and that's why this is connected. The first thing I want to play is, and shout out to Michael for sending me this view. Love to you and yours. Let me put this on screen.
Attack.
Make sure the volume's up.
That was attacked. She says she used to be.
Oh, sorry, I should give you a backstory. This is someone talking who knows the family of the wonderful man who was actually special needs as well. Poor fella, who had actually helped these, and apparently it was 2 attackers. We've only seen the footage of one. But the one who's cutting his nose off, cut his eye out, trying to hack through his neck, actually lived below him and the victim had helped him move in, this dirty demon.
That was attacked. She says she used to babysit for him when he was younger. He's special needs and he's hard of hearing.
Yeah.
And she said them
disabled.
Well, she said that she knows the family well and she used to mind him. She said that wee lad has been living there, that young man, well he's 47, she said he's been living there for about 2 years. And she said them foreigners that moved in only moved in like 4 days ago.
Right.
And he was doing everything to help them out when they moved in. And it's not just one. There was 2 of them jumped him. But the news hasn't given it out yet. The 2 of them moved into the flat.
So did you hear that? So these 2 dirty, disgusting, sick, illegal Muslim migrants, Islamists, the victim actually helped them, and he is special needs himself. He helped them move in. He was kind, he was loving, he was accepting, he was giving to these dirty, horrific excuses for they're not human.
And one of them was the one that was arrested. The other one hasn't been mentioned anywhere in the news yet.
See, that's another thing. What she's saying, there was 2 attackers, but they've not even mentioned the second attacker yet. The police, again, just like Henry Novak's case, they're doing their utmost for the truth not to come out.
But he was involved in the attack, allegedly.
This is what she said. This is why up in Rathcoole they're going ballistic, because the wee lad originally came from Rathcoole and apparently he did everything to help them.
And do you think the authorities are trying to cover that kind of thing up, that there was a second?
The whole thing, they're trying to blanket everything that's going on today.
The lad who was attacked was actually trying to help them move in?
He was helping them for the last couple of days. Apparently he's really kind, thoughtful wee lad, kind-hearted. That's what she said. She says, Margaret, he's the type of man, he would have done anything for anybody. She says, so he has been going out.
Did you hear that? He was kind-hearted, the type of man that would have done anything for anyone. So he saw this kind, wonderful man that's already struggling with his own battles of special needs. I've worked with special, you know, the first time I worked, funny enough, with special needs people was in prison, and it was the biggest eye-opener. It was when I was training to become a personal trainer. They brought in a load of special needs people, and I kid you not, as on my child's soul. So there was a big group of at least 20 inmates, prisoners, that were all doing their personal training qualifications. And you had some real hard men in there, like I'm not putting myself in that category, by the way. I was in there with some real lumps, hard men. I'll never forget, the gym doors opened and in ran it's giving me fucking goosebumps. Even I've not even thought about this story until I'm saying it to now. In run at least 25 young people with special needs. They just run in and just started hugging us. Like, I've never seen just all of these hard men, all of that melted. And it was just like, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And my point is, my experience with people with special needs, they're so loving. That's all they want. They just want to be loving. They just want to be kind. But that, by the sounds of what this woman is describing, is exactly like this victim. He's seen 2 illegal migrants move in beneath him. So he's thought, let me help. And this is what these dirty, no good scumbags have done.
His way to help him.
And I'm going to get onto it. And this is the problem with that freaking Islam.
Now, the reports we're hearing now is his nose has been cut, his eyes out, and he's blind in the other. That he can't hear anybody, he's hard to hear him. What life has he got when he comes out of intensive care?
Scumbags. So let me share my screen. Because the good news is, them Northern Irish boys, they're naughty. They're naughty. And they have come out with a bang. Just bear with me, let me get the right video up. Let's share this one. So Danny Tomo, shout out to Danny Tomo. Danny Tomo went over there to Northern Ireland. If you don't know who Danny Tomo is, that's a good friend of Tommy Robinson. Shout out to Tommy Robinson.
You can see every bit of community here was locked off. This is one of the main roads. I don't know if you can see. Look at the fires down there. Look at that.
Them paddies, the northern paddies, they don't fuck about. I'm telling you.
Every community in Belfast is doing their own little thing in their own areas. They're locking off every single road. Every single road in their communities is blocked off. Bins are being put in the road, set on fire. There's fires everywhere. The police are being ragged around everywhere. You know, they completely have no control over any of what's going on. It seems that the whole of Belfast, the patriotic people of Belfast, are literally standing up and sending a very, very clear and very firm message to the authorities. The whole of Belfast is on lockdown. Every community, east, west, north, south, Belfast, they're all doing their own thing. And I'll be honest, I've never seen anything like it. They're clearly scaring the police. I mean, the police are running, and obviously the main heads in those communities take control. No one's in, no one's out, no police. But it's very early days. What we're currently seeing is, I believe, is the beginning of what we're going to be seeing potentially just tonight or maybe tomorrow as well. It's a different breed here. You know, what I believe is different here is that every man and his dog is involved in the communities. You know, you're not talking about just seeing huge amounts of men on the streets. You're seeing women, children, grandmothers, you know, and they're all under the same thinking pattern, is they can't deal with this. They don't feel safe in their communities. They don't let their women and their children play out. I mean, I've just spoken to 2 women who recognised me, came over, we had a good conversation, and they said, where this happened last night, my daughter plays.
Oh my God! Look at the smoke coming through here. Look at it.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna take you down to but straight to call. Right, I'll take you too.
I'm gonna put them down now. Right, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna. I don't want.
But do you hear what he was saying? All the paddies are out, and do you know how deep this has touched the Irish people? That something that, again, this gives me goosebumps. Something that hasn't happened in I don't know how long. I don't even know in my lifetime. But the two sides of violence, the Catholics and the Protestants, have actually come together. What we're going to see, this is just, like he said, what we're seeing in Ireland, this is just beginning. The fact that them two fractions have united, the police, what was he saying? The police are shitting themselves. This is the fact that they've been divided has always made it easier for them to be policed. Now that they've come together for a humane cause, which is bigger than religion for them, which is, if you know anything about Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland and the Protestant and the Catholic wars, and the Orange Marches, this goes back a long, 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 long way. But all of that has been put to the side. Because what they realise, and I said this yesterday, I'm not saying I subscribe to a religion, and after I've done these bits, we are going to get on to Islam. I said to you yesterday, what we're up against, and it's not just in England, it's not just in Ireland, it's now coming into where I am in Spain, not my bit, but in the cities in Spain, America, but Donald Trump has got it under control. In Sweden, where my wife grew up in a place called Borås. Last time we visited Borås in Sweden, I kid you not, it was like visiting Somalia. Right? This is happening all over the world. That man was screaming Allah Akbar as he was trying to cut off. If you ain't seen the video, like I said, I'm not going to play it again tonight. It's on the previous video I done yesterday. Yeah, it is. It's a level of evil that we as good people, we can't even get our heads around. But this is the thing, we can't get our heads around it because we've never been indoctrinated into it. These fuckers, these Islamists, and I'm calling you out, and this is when I call out, if someone was to clip me now, of course it'd be, oh, he's racist. He hates Muslims. I don't hate all Muslims at all. I hate that sort of Muslim that done what he did yesterday. And I just hate everything about him. And I do hate Islam. Because if you, and we'll go into it a bit later, not too much later, I'm going to get a few more videos first to show you what these paddies are doing. But when you get your head around some of the basics of that religion, then you'll realize when I am saying, and it's not just me, people far cleverer than me, far more in the know than me, they're telling you the same thing. This is actually a spiritual war. It's a what, because what they're Allah Akbaring and cutting off people's heads, that's in the name of their spiritual holy book, the Quran. There's not a stretch. I'm not reaching. This is fact. So what we're up against is an evil. It's a battle of good and evil. It genuinely is. It's all, and nothing is cliche, nothing is a stretch, nothing is for effect. When people say, people talk about this, oh, you just say that for effect. Say that for effect. Have you watched the video, you fucking mugs? Have you watched the video? How can any words be said for effect when you see what you saw last night in Belfast? But like I said, these paddies, let me bring up some of the other videos of these paddies. Paddies don't fuck about. And now you've got both sets of paddies coming together. Protesters push cars in the street. By the public transport. I'm telling you, they don't fuck about in Ireland. The unrest started after police charged 30-year-old Sudanese man following the attack. And do you remember that white worker that worked? Oh, what was her name? Something White. Is it something White? Oh, what's her name? She was the white young mum who, out of the goodness of her heart, what's her name? I can't believe this. It's to begin with an R. Really? Oh, fuck, Jay. Because my mind's on something else. Anyway, it will come to me. But she was a white English mum that decided to go and work in one of these migrant hotels for all the kindness in the world, for all the right reasons. Her drive was to help these people. And one of them chivved her up, just had her baby, not long had her baby, with a screwdriver. Yeah? He was Sudanese as well. He was from Sudan. When the fuck are we going to learn? Police said the victim in his 40s had serious injuries to his face, eyes, face and back. He cut one of his eyes out. He cut his nose off and was trying to hack his fucking head off. Cunt. Look at them taking the knee. Look at them. Fucking patriots. South London patriots. Shout out to every... God, it makes me proud. It really does. And that's what I mean. All the politicians, they're calling for calm. How can you call for calm when this is happening time and time again and you're not doing anything? You cannot write this shit. What else have I got here? Yeah, this was in... Does that come up on my screen? This was a Northern Irish politician.
Speaker, I wish to ask the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland if he will make a statement on reports of a serious, violent attack in North Belfast involving a foreign national and the implications for public safety, immigration enforcement and community cohesion.
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful to the right honourable gentleman for...
This geezer's a fucking prick. His name's Hillary. Says it all, doesn't it?
For his question. Shortly after 10:30 p.m. last night, a man in his 40s was
Let me-
subjected to an
that's
horrific,
terrible. I
sustained...
I couldn't remember her name. Thank you to everyone that's just put that in there. That is Rihanna White. Rihanna White. Another one who got stabbed by another Sudanese illegal migrant. When are we going to learn?
knife attack in a street in North Belfast. He is in hospital in a serious condition, having suffered very severe injuries. I know the thoughts of the whole House will be with him and his loved ones at what must be a time of unimaginable distress. The response from the Police Service of Northern Ireland was immediate. A man in his 30s was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. He remains in police custody and the PSNI are continuing to investigate. They have declared it a critical incident. But amidst the horror of what happened, we also saw something extraordinary. When confronted with scenes of terrifying violence, members of the public did not walk on by. Instead, a number of them stepped forward and at immense risk to their own safety, they intervened to pull the assailant away and protect the victim until the police arrived. To those individuals, I would like to say this. You showed the very best of humanity, and you have the profound gratitude of this entire House.
Shut up, Joe. I can't even
this was a...
It's not even worth watching that one. Right. So, what is the reason? Shout out to Blakey. Yeah? The reason that this is going on is because of Islam. And it's only getting worse. Think back when, shout out to Scott, when Scott first sent me that video, that horrific video, the uncensored one, of where that scum is doing what he's doing to that wonderful, kind, young Belfast patriot that had done nothing wrong whatsoever, yeah, other than help him. When he sent me that video, it reminded me of Lee Rigby. And it was like what hit me so fast. I mean, when was Lee Rigby? Let me just type that in. When was Lee Rigby? What year was that? (2013). 2013 is when they butchered Lee Rigby. When I'm saying they, it's the same scummy Islamist Muslim wankers that we're now seeing 13 years later. And it's the same thing. And not just that, since Lee Rigby, in fact, let me see if I can. Okay, right. In 2013, since one of the most graphic, horrific, heinous crimes was ever committed in our country, which was what happened to Lee Rigby, yeah, there has been between 4 to 5 million imported into our country, and the majority of the vast majority illegal. So not when it hit me, when I watched that video and I thought Lee Rigby, and then I thought, hold on, so we've not only learned nothing, we've actually allowed more of this scum to come into our country. And look what's happened since. Thousands of our young white girls raped, lives ruined. How many stabbings, killings, butchers. And we've, shout out to my wife, she hit the nut. I was screaming yesterday that the problem is Islam. She said, no, Jay. The problem is you British people have been so fucking passive for so long that you've allowed this to happen. And we have. Which is why Now is the time to talk about it, to let go of that feeling in your gut you've had for so long, just feeling like this ain't right, but I can't say nothing. No, you got to say something. For Henry Novak, for his parents, putting that video out. I know I've said it however many times, but it's the truth. For a mum or dad to make a decision to put that video out of their child being murdered, butchered, so indignified as well, there's one reason, and that's to get the fucking message out, to help prevent it happening to another Henry Novak. And it's all because we've had a government that is not our government. We haven't had, well, I'm 45. I don't remember. I really don't remember in my lifetime. Not that I've ever been, I'm only now becoming, and people say about politics, yeah? It's actually, the only reason I'm actually looking at politics is because of this fuck off fake religion that is actually a political agenda. So the reason I've got to look at politics, I'm thinking, hold on, we can stop this. We can stop this because it's our government that are letting these cunts in. If these cunts weren't coming in, if someone actually got in that said, do you know what, fuck this, no more are coming in. The ones that are here illegally, we're kicking all of you out illegally, yeah? All of you cunts out. And guess what? You ones that are here legally but don't want our culture in our land, you want your Sharia law, which promotes paedophilia, child marriages, child sex trafficking, the allowance of you to rape our girls under the guise of your holy book. You're going to fuck off as well. And there is only one person. In fact, didn't I bring up something? And that is this man.
Our establishment, and that goes for obviously all those people responsible for this mass untargeted immigration, which has resulted in people who are culturally incompatible being settled across Britain, not integrating, and basically damaging our high trust communities, which have been built up over many centuries and which operated extremely well. This was a Sudanese man in Belfast who came into the UK. He was allowed in by Robert Jenrick and Suella Braverman, who were Immigration Minister and Home Secretary at the time. They're now Reform MPs. And this fellow, as many others have, exploited our soft border with Ireland. So, Restore Britain, I want to underline this morning the three things that we intend to do. The first is to abolish the entire asylum system while we clean up the catastrophic.
Do you know what as well? Before I let him play, so first thing, basically abolish. Fucking get rid of any of these boats. That all, in layman's, that all stops. You're not even going to get here, let alone try and seek asylum. You're not even fucking reaching our shores. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Now, I'm getting and I totally get this argument, right? The whole thing at the minute about Rupert Lowe and Restore not being big enough, and maybe we need reform first. 100% I get it. And if someone said, right, Restore ain't gonna get it, yeah, but there's got to be like a second pick that at least stops the ultimate rot. I think personally, Nigel Facade is exactly that. He's a facade. He goes where the wind blows. He goes where the cameras goes. He knows what to say on camera. But you have to understand, do you know the amount of Tories that have come out of the Tory party, the ones that were responsible for all of these fuckers coming into our country when they was in power, they all now are part of Reform. So I get why people are saying about, look, Jay, you know, it's the best of a bad situation. But the ultimate fucking goal, people, I know there's fuck all people. I'm appreciated for the 10 people there at the minute, but we've got that. This is a small fucking conversation that needs to go out. We need Restore to get in, even if it's just for one reason: stop the boats coming in. Just that alone. Just stop, because they're still. Shout out to, I can't say your name actually, but there's someone who follows this channel. He's not even a West Ham fan, and he actually works down in is it Dover or Folkestone, one of the two, and he actually works for the company that basically, in layman's, sort of tuck these people into the country. So once they get here, this is one of these companies that basically then does paperwork to get these fucking scumbags into our towns and our villages, into our kids' parks, raping our kids, attacking our fucking people. Yeah. Anyway, let me let Rupert continue. Listen, so there's number one. Let me take him back just a touch.
Catastrophic legacy of uncontrolled immigration. The second thing we intend to do is to deport all illegal migrants and those who shouldn't be here in the first place. And the third thing we intend to do is to have a binding referendum on the reintroduction of the death penalty to purge the system of this pervasive evil for good. And obviously that will be up to the British people as to whether they pursue the third part of our plan, but we will be working and lobbying for that outcome. So I think what we've had is a catastrophe.
I was saying this to my missus, right? At the minute, can you believe this? Like for that guy in Belfast, for example, there is absolutely no deterrent. There is no fear from our side infused into these wankers to at least make them think twice. Right now, thanks to our government, we're just fair game. Our kids, our children are fair game. We've literally bent over, lubed up and said, come in, you Islamist scum, and rape and pillage our land and our people. It's happening. It's been going on for years.
Catastrophic failure of those in positions of influence and power. They all need to be held to account. They all need to be responsible for what they have done to Britain, the evil that they perpetrated on our people, on the innocent, tax-paying, decent British people. Our judiciary doesn't work anymore. Our police force doesn't work anymore. The Home Office doesn't work anymore. The civil service doesn't work anymore. Parliament's been hollowed out. And it's time that we actually had some radical change and that we restored a democratic rule to our country. And we held people accountable for failure. And that is not happening at the moment.
So does that not tick a lot of the boxes for you, what he's just said there? Don't know what's happening with my camera. I don't know if you can see me or not, but it don't matter if you can see me or not, as long as you can see the videos and you can hear me. We stop them coming in. What's going on there? Move that. Sorry, people, something's going on with my Zoom. On my Zoom was
attacked. She says she used to babysit for him when she was.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my screen. It's funny when I talk about this stuff. Right, that should, I think, be back to normal. Yes, they said it's, hello, Jacqueline. They said it's not it's not terrorism. But yeah, Rupert Lowe saying, if Restore get in, we stop them getting in the first place. And guess what? If they do things like that, we kill them. Do you not think that person deserves, for me, it's like I say, anyone who does stuff to kids, yeah, I don't think they should just be killed. I think they should really suffer. It should be Do you know, we watched something called Vikings. Me and my missus, we late to the party. It's years old. But in this Vikings thing, yeah, they've got this thing called the Blood Eagle. Yeah, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, it's the way, it's a certain type of way that they used to kill people called the Blood Eagle. That is what needs to happen to people like that. What we saw doing what he did last night. That in public, that is what needs to happen to people like that. Yeah, because you know what you'd hope that would do? It might put a little bit of fear into them to make them think twice about attacking our kids and about attacking us. Right, what we got here? Millwall Chris, I got a reform branch. Yeah, shout out to Millwall Chris, bruv. He sends me loads of stuff. Like, he's going where he lives. He's going to a reform branch meeting on Sunday. I'm looking forward to catching up with you after, mate, actually, and finding out how that went. It restore, sorry. I read it out. I knew what you meant. It restore, sorry, not reform. Hello to you again, Albo England. To be honest, as much as Rupert Lowe could be that politician that changes things, I don't trust politicians anymore. We ain't voting our way out of this. Then again, if you look at Poland, mate, Poland is the for Europe, is the standout model for decency. The way they protect their borders. Come on, you cunt. I dare you. I fucking dare you. And do you know what? It's not just Polish police and border police that go out. Polish citizens, men, big Polish men go out as well to where there's areas which are a little bit harder to police because obviously the border's so massive, covers such a vast area, and they're there waiting. They don't muck about. And that's not brutal. That is the decent thing to do. They can see what's. Look at Tommy Robinson. Type in one of the things. Tommy Robinson goes to visit Poland. Yeah, and like Albert said, their MP. Is it Dominic? It's Dominic something. I'm sure it's Dominic something. He talks like one of us. Imagine having an MP that you'd almost think, oh, he's like a mate. He's just one of us. He doesn't even talk like, over here. They talk like this, and he's just normal. Polish, speaks perfect English, just talks like one of us. That's the sort of person who gets my vote. Aim high, vote low. Totally agree. Dominic, there you go, Dominic. Thanks, Albo. Dominic Tarzinski has banned illegals and fucking bang on. I'm going to move there. This, I won't blame you. It'd be love to you and yours as well, mate. Yeah, but the thing is, like I said, where what this all stems from is this poisonous, satanic, so-called religion. That, like I said, if you just look at it from you don't have to be religious. It's really funny because I'm really going through, and this is me being completely honest. I always am when I come on here. I promise you this. And for those of you that have met me outside of just being on camera, you'll say that cunt's exactly the same as he is on camera. Yeah, or that video of myself whilst I'm pooing. Yeah? If you know, you know. In my WhatsApp groups, yeah, I don't take myself seriously. Yeah, because of what I do, probably what I do professionally. For the last decade, I've worked with God knows how many people that are passing terminal cancer. So it's completely changed my outlook on myself. I don't take myself seriously anymore. I try not to be egotistical or prideful. I just want to be me. And I want to be happy being me and knowing that it's all right for me to say, if that's wrong, I can say that's wrong. Not because of a colour or a creed or a culture. No, because it's fucking wrong. It's just wrong. And I can tell you now, what we're up against is fucking wrong. It is evil. It is demonic. It is satanic. And it's got me looking back at a part of my life. I was Bible bashed. I grew up, my dad, like, it still is as well. Just everything. So if you grew up and you did things like like, what's it called again? Is it Cubs and Scouts? You know, yes, Cubs and Scouts, Beavers, is that for girls? Like, you know, what I did was everything in the church. So I couldn't go to Scouts, I had to go to something called campaigners. I couldn't do this thing, I had to go to church. Like, God is my witness, I missed out on so many football trials for clubs. Chelsea, I never actually got a trial for West Ham, but Chelsea, Charlton. I ended up playing in Orient Academy for a bit, but because they was on Sundays, I wasn't allowed to go. I had to go to church. Right? So my point is, church was a big part of my small life, and then unfortunately, things that happened to me as a child that shouldn't happen to any child also was indirectly through the church. So I've been so against church, so against Christianity, for all my own personal reasons, for so long. However, I can't help but at least be looking, because it's something I've ignored for so long. I've just paid it no mind. Now there's this fucking new thing, Islam, which is another book, another ideology, another God. Now there's that to contend with. So now all of a sudden there's this inner sort of, hold on, what have I got to compare this to? How can I sort of contend with this? What have I got to even rebut or argue? And I've got to tell you, it's the Bible. It's the only thing I can see in the balance of things, that it seems that this is up against this, and this being Islam, this in its book says, all you Christians and Jews and whatever else, you're the worst of the worst. That's us. That's us. We're the worst of the worst. They can enslave us by their book. They can not only enslave us, they can then take our wives and take our little girls, and they can do what they want with them sexually. As long as their right hand possesses it, as long as they've only got 4 Islamic wives as well. When you start looking at what Islam actually is, I was saying this yesterday, it is literally like a bunch of dirty male paedophiles have all got together and gone, how can we make up something and pretend it's from God? And what you get delivered is literally that. Right, I don't want to miss out on any of you. Did you watch the Henry vid with a phone call? Is that the one you sent me? Because I've got that loaded in reads. Because what I wanted to do is do another Henry Novak video. I'm not going to stop. I don't want this Belfast thing for me to start taking over my efforts of talking about Henry either. And I'm still calling out all you. Shout out to Gatesy, the West Ham Massive, another West Ham channel that had the bottle to do the right thing. Shout out to Clement Boozer, Nick, although I don't know what your problem is. Yeah. I don't know. That's you fucking work out. But still shout out to you for doing what you did. Yeah. Shout out to Dad's Our Job TV, another West Ham channel, Adam, for doing what he did. Shout out to James, E20 Zone, for again doing what he did. Shout out to Ryan and Nan, a young man and his nan coming on, speaking about it. Yeah. So I've got that, Chris, and I'm going to do another Henry Novak. I'm not going to just forget about that. This Belfast thing and this follow-up needed to be covered, basically. Ryan, even Nan see me on the toilet. I always stop at the point, you don't get a willy shot. No, that's just wrong. But you definitely know I'm putting. Right. Albo's put, Enoch Powell said it best. You let one illegal in, they'll all come in. He was banned from Parliament and hated. I have no issue with any religion that wants to integrate with the nation. They are in, but if you don't want to, then fuck off. It really is as simple as that. This is a Christian country. No one wants to respect it. Fuck off, 100%. The Quran, in the Quran, it states, force their religion onto the disbelievers, either way you see, any way they see fit. Any way they see fit, they can kill us, enslave us, rape our kids and our women. That literally, it sounds so wrong. It sounds so anti-religious. I get it. And the thing is, it's not just in their book, the Quran. It's backed up by thousands and thousands of things that are called hadiths. which are supposedly, a lot of them, Muhammad's friends, the fucking prophet pedo, married a girl at 6, consummated the marriage at 9. That's the definition of paedophilia. And that's their holy man. If you ask a Muslim, man or woman, is the Prophet Muhammad the perfect human being? With that, you won't even finish saying it. Absolutely, peace be upon him. That they idolize a paedophile. Historically, the only thing that has ever dealt with and beaten Islam is Christianity. Yeah. Shout out to you, Blakey. Enoch Powell was 100% correct. I'm half English, Albanian, more English. Albania was a Christian country before the Ottoman Empire and Islam conquered us. Christianity is starting to make a rise again. I'm all for Christianity, 100%. I can't, I need to find my way back to it. If that's what I say I need to. I feel like that's the path I'm on at the minute. And it's such a weird feeling because I've got this inner conflict of what is my ego just holding on to my past experience with what obviously, which was a horrible experience. But now it's like I'm looking at things and I'm going, Jay, what I'm seeing in Belfast, it's demonic. Chanting Allah Akbar, the geezer looks, well, I don't know whether he was high as well, but it don't matter. Like, it's not human. I spoke to Gatesy earlier and said he's always welcome to come on our show Saturday if he wants to. So that'd be, mate, 100%. Shout out to Gatesy. This channel's not flavour of the month though, Gatesy, I'll tell you that much. It's not, actually, it's not anyone, it's me. It's not, I don't think anyone's got any problems with anyone else, but I know you've all got a problem with me and I don't care because I'm still calling you out. Like, I don't know, it's hard not to say it. But so after the Henry Novak thing, and for all you West Ham towns that didn't say nothing, yeah, whatever. Then the Belfast thing, for all you West Ham towns that didn't say nothing. I saw an advert today of one of you West Ham channels, one of you big guns, and I saw what you was talking about, and it was one of your sponsors, and I thought, that ain't nothing to do with football, is it? Hypocrisy. Right, I hate that everyone tries to argue this is a secular country. Yeah, it might be more like that now, but it's founded on Christian, 100%. It's founded on Christian values. A unified Christianity, Islam doesn't, a unified Christianity, Islam doesn't stand a chance. Most of the Middle East was Christian for 400 years. We let Islam take over. Then then came the Crusades. Yeah, that's another thing. And I love my hands up. I used to think, because again, it's what we're taught, that the Crusades were evil and it was all horrific. And I'm not saying there wasn't shit done, but you know, the Crusades was actually a reaction. It wasn't a proaction. It was a reaction to Islam. People talk about slaves, but the biggest, I think, I still find, this is the thing, right? So I've read the Quran and I'm going back through it again. I'm also checking out hadiths. That all started in prison. I've said this story, but my point is, there is so much, the only way I can describe it is as dumb shit, like dumb, like stuff that back in the days of school you go, Their book is full of dumb shit that then you've got these fucking idiots going around chanting at black British Christians, black American Christians, so black Muslims going at black Christians saying, you worship the white man's religion and the white devil, blah, blah, blah. And their Prophet Muhammad is known. He was a white Arab. So you fucking assholes, you're worshipping the white man. What are you talking about? Jesus would have been brown. I said, he'd been like my missus' complexion where he grew up. That's not a stretch. Obviously, this is, and don't get me wrong, you've got the stupid white influence in certain things, that to paint Jesus out to be pale white and blue eyes and That's, for me, that's fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Chances are that he was tanned up, brown, dark skinned because of where he was birthed and born and all the rest of it. But your prophet, he's a white man. So all you black and browns that are going at black and browns that just don't subscribe to your paedophilic religion and having a go at them for worshipping the white man's religion, you're fucking worshipping a white paedophile. You might as well fucking be praying to Jimmy Savile, you cunts. Yeah, my missus is Iranian, and it's really nice because there is a massive surge of Christianity in Iran at the minute. Massive. In fact, there's not another country in the world where Christianity is on such a surge at the minute. Shout out to all the Iranians. My missus showed me some videos today. That's all kicking. They're you've got thousands of students, Iranian students, that are going out into the streets, even after so many have been massacred. And they're still standing up. And what are they standing up against? The same shit that he's cutting people's heads off in Belfast, that he's raping our kids in our country. And the Iranians are going like, you English, what you do? Look at what we've had to fucking endure. Get rid. That's what my missus keeps. She said, you've got to get these cunts out. Like, my missus is brutal. You think I'm bad? My missus is brutal. One day I won't put her on camera because she won't want it, but I let her fucking talk. I tell you what, no one could turn around and say she's racist or anti this. You know, with her story, what she had to endure as a little girl, unbelievable. There are slave markets still today in Libya, all black people being sold. They used to castrate the blacks so they couldn't sleep with their wives when they were out warring. Big up Iran, 100%. The Iranians did that kick off in Iran. That set the precedent. So lovely when Tommy Robinson was talking about all that as well. How long have I been going? Right, I wanted to keep this under an hour, right? I'm going to keep talking about this stuff. I'm going to do a Henry Novak probably tomorrow evening. And it's funny because today I was knackered today. It's been a long day. Been a really exciting day actually today as well. In fact, I want to share something really positive. So yesterday I showed that I've designed and put together and written some simple children's books, 18 of them, that actually incorporate my breath work. For those of you who don't know, I think we're just talking about breath work. So part of what I do is I trade as Jay the Soul Coach. Again, there's a lovely story behind that. It was actually a young girl with cancer, Daisy O'Sullivan, that gave me the name Jay the Soul Coach. But my point is, under that banner, I've developed my own thing called ECS Breathwork. I worked with the British Army, coached over 1,100 soldiers in the last 3.5 years, coached God knows how many people with terminal cancer. I work in schools out here in Spain, in the international schools. My point is, I've put together everything that I've been doing. I work in there's an oxygen spa. All of this, you can find all of this. I work in the oxygen spa down in Marbella, which is amazing. I run my first retreat in May this year, which was an oxygen spa retreat. There's over 100,000 retreats in the world. It's the only retreat in the world that combines oxygen spa therapy with my ECS breathwork. Why tennis? Are you showing off? No, I'm not. Yeah, it's important to know your achievements and be proud of the things that you do, especially when you're doing things knowing it's for a greater good. Most of the people I've worked with cancer over the last 10 years, I haven't charged them a penny. And it's taken not only hours of my time, it's taken me away from my family at times, and it takes a lot of energy. It's quite a drain. And that's not me being negative. I might put up Chandrika. Shout out to Chandrika's testimony. A lady I worked with cancer for a couple of years. She's cancer-free now. She came to my retreat. In fact, I'll put up her. I might even find out if she's in a minute. Right? But my point is, actually, it's not to show off. It's when I say choose at the end of these shows, be kind to yourself. You know, go out, choose, be happy, be proud of yourself. I need to practice that as well because it's something for a long time I wasn't. I didn't like myself. But then I started being able to deal with things, getting to know myself again. Nothing soft about this either. In fact, it's probably I know for me, it's the strongest I've ever been. And my point is, since I've been doing what I'm doing and the journey that I'm on, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm fucking flawed. I'm not the best dad in the world. I fail at times. I try my best. I'm not the best husband in the world. I fail at times. I try my best. But I am the best at being me. How do I know? because no one else can be me, and no one else can be you. It's a fact. You're a once-in-a-lifetime event. Again, I'm not trying to say, I sound like Jerry Springer. Don't I? Springer? Jay Springer. But it's the truth. You're a once-in-a-lifetime event. Never been one of you before, not another one of you walking around now, and there'll never be another one of you again. Like, you are a one-off. You're unique, special, in essence. So my point is, choose to enjoy it. Get angry over what you need to get angry over. If you feel that it's wrong, no one can invalidate your feelings. And your voice is your tool to get across your feelings, to communicate. And since I've been doing it, a lot of wonderful things have happened. Like, for example, there's a place called the Buchinger Velheime Clinic in Marbella, the #1 fasting clinic in the whole world. I went down there today because I took one of their managing directors for a breathwork session in the oxygen spa. Went down there today to see this. This place is, I mean, people pay to put things in perspective. Imagine this. Imagine going somewhere to not eat, because that's what in essence you do. Fasting, because that's another thing I do. I host. In fact, my next 10-day fast is on the 5th of August. Shout out to Carly. She signed up today. Shout out to wonderful people who have already signed up for these fasts. I've been doing these for 6 years. But my point is, imagine paying to not eat. And these people pay into plus of 20 grand to go to this place. This place is nuts. Yeah. Since I started talking about all this stuff, since I've been willing to put myself out there, it's funny how karma works. Things happen. And I wanted to share that with you because it'll be the same for you. Once you start practicing being kinder to yourself, you notice you're just being more kind in general. Once you start giving yourself more, putting yourself first, you'll start noticing you actually, part of putting yourself first at time is doing things for other people. Because the yourself first bit in the giving is the feeling that you get, the sense of achievement, sense of pride. That's important. So please, people, be kind to yourself. Be grateful for the opportunity that you've been given to be you. I'm being serious. If you open your eyes and realize, oh my God, here I am again. Something that no one is going to get, an opportunity. This is me. I get this opportunity. We take our first breath, we take our last breath. Hopefully we get a lot of breaths in between, but we all come here the same, we all go the same. It's what we choose to do in the middle is what defines our experience of being ourselves. And that's down to the choices that you make on a daily basis. So go out, make choices that are based on your happiness first. Thank you, everyone. What does your wife think of the US-Iran war? My wife, just like all her family, are singing from the rooftops about Trump. Singing from the rooftop. My wife just wants him to fucking go in and demolish all of them. That's how my wife feels about it. Jacqueline, and then brilliant with your books. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. Let me see if I can show you one thing before we go. Hold on. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, you lovely people. Actually, I know what to show you, just to show the diversity of. Which one is it? Is it this one? Let's make sure it's the right one. They're all talking at once. It's not that one. Not that one, Jay, blogger. It's this one.
I first breathed with James in 2022 online. We've met over the years in person several times now. Breathed at lots of his events, including breathing with a room full of British Army soldiers, which was amazing. James has a real gift of how he talks to you, how he delivers what he does. It's a very, very special magic to it. Since finding James and his breath work, I came off all the medication that I was on. I've never had to go back to that.
I'm proud of that. Did you hear what she said? Since starting working with me and coaching through the breath work, she came off of all her medication. I've worked with a lot of people that was on mental health tablets that are no longer on those tablets. I'm proud of that.
It's just something happens inside your soul, inside your body, and I've never found it anywhere else. Yeah, I would say everybody should try it.
Hiya. I just want to say that I've been doing the breathwork sessions with Jay now.
And I want to mention something. There's another ulterior motive whilst I'm showing you this, because I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. Just because you got called out, you started trying to attack me professionally about discretion. Oh, you got a problem with discretion. Doing what you do, that's a real problem. Doing what I do, listen to what I do. What do you fucking do? And what? I've got a problem with discretion just because I called you out. Clank.
For about a year, and they are just absolutely amazing.
I am
changed my life.
Thanks, mate.
Every day I look forward to doing a breathwork session, whether it's on replay or whether it's on the days that we all get together. And yeah, I just can't recommend it enough. And I've met such amazing people as well, and we've become like a lovely community, and I just feel so honoured and grateful to be part of this. And yeah, you've got to give it a try, because it's changed my life, and it's changed my husband's life and my family, and has connected me to my soul, my higher self, and just the coaching is just taps into your inner being.
By the way, when I do my coaching and all the cancer work and stuff with kids, I don't say shit, cunt, bugger, just for the record.
And reminds you of who you really are. And I'm so grateful, and I just want to say thank you. Amazing, amazing work. Gotta try it.
Soldier.
There's Kaz. I'm doing a podcast. This is one of the first soldiers I ever worked with.
Hi people, my name's Kaz.
I've got another retreat in October. He's coming with his missus. Shout out to you, Kaz. Beautiful guy. Look at him, gorgeous.
I've been with Jay, the soul coach, now for about 3 years. He come down to
Wally. Funnily enough, the reason I started doing the fasting in the first place was for that exact reason. For that exact reason. People have and are right now starving cancer out of their system. I won't go into the details of it, but Wally, I'll tell you what I'll do, mate. I always put it up anyway. If any of you ever want to reach out, you've got questions, or you want me to play one of your messages, there you go. That's my number, Wally. You have to put a 44 in front of it because it's UK. But I'll send you information. I've got a platform called My Safe Space. Anyway, yes, the answer is 1,000,000%. And I could give you all the science behind it, but just not at this point. But yeah, it's a yes. Resounding yes.
My military barracks. I'm a serving soldier, 17 Port Maritime Regiment in Southampton. And Jay come down to do some of his breath work and mindfulness and therapy sessions with us 3 years ago to the day. And our friendship and connection has really developed and broadened over those few years. Jay is without a shadow of doubt one of the best in his field. His breath works and everything that he stands for, his 4 pillars, and what he brings into people's life is so
4 pillars, baby.
And he really is just he's just magical. There's no other way to put it. He's absolutely magical. He helps me so much in my day-to-day life within the army, keeping me grounded, keeping me focused in my day-to-day work, and I'm really grateful for Jay. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy what he has to offer.
I first tried breathwork with James in 2022, and it was incredible. I couldn't get enough. Doing it daily brought me peace, it sharpened my focus and cleared my headspace, making me...
This is Ash. I coached his daughter, not knowing that his daughter, shout out to you, lovely Eleanor, that his daughter was the daughter of an army couple. I didn't know that. I just coached his daughter because she was going through a rough time. She was 13 with bullying and stuff. And I've coached quite a lot of kids. I've coached quite a lot of young girls as well, believe it or not. And my point is, it's funny how opportunities come about. because it was coaching that little girl, which now all these years later is how I've managed to get through people like Kaz and another 1,199 soldiers just like him, funnily enough. Life's amazing when you keep your eyes open to things, when you give, when you do what you do for the right reasons, even though at times it can be difficult. Trust me. I haven't had a salary for years. My last job was a good job, corporate IT sales, but it was killing my soul. It wasn't my calling. It wasn't my passion. It wasn't what I got up to do. I wouldn't change what I do now to even play for West Ham. I wouldn't have lost all what's happened over these last 10 years, which is why I'm here now with the West Ham channel talking about the stuff I talk about, because I realise life is bigger than West Ham. Your life is bigger than you being a West Ham fan a couple of times a week. It's all the other stuff. Listen, there's more of these. I'm not going to bother go through it. But like I said, part of the reason that I played that this evening was for the donut. When I think about what a donut you are as well. And but yeah, you never watch any of my videos anyway. Oh my. Right, anyway, people. So anyway, I just want to say, yep, that's a very good comment to end on. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Or if you're in Wally's World, hey, see what I did? Wally's World. If you got the rest of the day, my number's at the bottom. You can message me anytime if you want to send me stuff for me to react to, or any of this stuff. Like Millwall Chris sends me loads of bits and pieces, which is fantastic. It helps. Then feel free to. What was the other thing? Oh, and by the way, the breathwork thing, Instagram, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. You can try it for free. All you got to do is follow my page, Jay the Soul Coach. Type that into Instagram. All you got to do is turn up, click the button, and the sessions are child and adult friendly. So people, have a wonderful whatever you're doing now, and I'm going to let you go. See you later.
King Charles, where are you? Your people are shouting, crying, begging for help, and yet you stand silent while this country is torn apart. What good is a crown if it doesn't defend the nation? What good is a king if he will not stand with his people? This land is not theirs to destroy. It belongs to the people, the workers, the mothers, the fathers, the veterans, the builders, the farmers. We carried this island through wars, through hardship, through centuries of struggle, and we will not watch it be handed away by weak men in suits. Your duty is not to them, Charles. It is to us, to Britain, to the very soul of this nation. If you will not rise, if you will not speak, then you will show the people that the crown has become nothing but decoration. So hear us now. Your people demand action. We demand a king who protects his country. Britain is calling, Charles. Answer, or history will remember your silence.